Hey everyone, my name is Roger Wong. I am on the faculty at SUNY Upstate Medical University in their Department of Public Health and Preventive Medicine. There are two intended audiences for this presentation I'm giving in this video recording. The first is for the American Public Health Association Aging and Public Health Section leadership in terms of the fundraising efforts that we're trying to do. And then the second intended audience is also for the upstate MPH students that are either doing their APE independent study or service in terms of the internal evaluation of the public health program. So I know it should ideally be two separate videos, but I kind of want to kill two birds with one stone and just have everything in one video so that I don't need to record separate videos for kind of the same audience. So this is my presentation for today. I want to give a demo about GiveButter for fundraising efforts. This is targeted for the APH leadership. And then I want to talk about how to set up a survey using REDCap. And this is for both APH leadership and also upstate students. And then I want to talk about the data dictionary, and this is more focused on upstate students because the data dictionary I feel like is a very underutilized resource to very quickly create surveys using code. And then I'm going to talk about how to, or at least show you how to export data. And then the last component of today's presentation is how to create an initial report and analyze data using REDCap. So I'm actually not going to show that in this video because I already recorded this video on how to do this last year. And I'm not making that video public because accidentally I've revealed some sensitive information in that video. So it's really only for eyes for upstate students. So I am happy to share that video if you are upstate student or employee. But if you're outside of that network, I will not be making that video public because there's some sensitive data in that video recording. And before I continue, I also want to be completely transparent that I have had very, very little interaction with the GiveButter platform and also with REDCap. I used to train people on how to use REDCap back in 2015, and I have not touched REDCap so much since then. So if you see me stumbling through GiveButter and REDCap, that's because I'm kind of winging this whole presentation, and I'm decided to record this because I might as well record it since I'm creating the auction using GiveButter and also the servers using REDCap anyway. So I was thinking might as well record this for future use. So that being said, I'm going to start right now with GiveButter. And then I'll talk about REDCap. So for those of you that are, and I will be adding hopefully timestamps at the bottom of the description for this video so that you can skip over to whatever is the relevant section you need. So I'm going to talk about GiveButter first. So this is not relevant for those of you that are in the upstate program. So GiveButter. And even before I get to GiveButter, let me talk a little bit about the fundraising efforts. So for the APH section, we host a variety of different fundraising efforts to support our activities. So some of the items that have been donated in the past include tangible items and non-tangible items. As of November 2023, we have still 3 different pathways for item donation, which include raffles, silent auction, and online auction, which you can read through here. And the reason why we are testing GiveButter this year is because of this online auction platform. This is our first time trying to do an online auction, very similar to eBay, where people can bid on items or they can buy it directly. And GiveButter is the platform that was selected by the American Public Health Association, which is shown here. We had no choice in the matter, which is fine. I think it looks really user friendly. So if you're on the APH leadership and you're using GiveButter, one thing that's really important is that in order to create a auction for you need to have admin privileges, which I did not have initially. So I was trying to figure out initially why I wasn't able to create auctions, and that was because I didn't have admin rights. So if you're not seeing the ability to create auctions, you need to reach out to APHA and get admin rights to post stuff, to post items for bidding. So this is a GiveButter website, and you need to create a new campaign in order to to raise funds. So it's already created right here. So I'm just gonna just use this one that's already created. So in order to create an auction, you go to auction, and I'm gonna set the start from today and then ending this week. That's fine in terms of auction settings. And I think the defaults here are all fine. And I'm just gonna go directly to the items. So I just want to show you very quickly how to create a new item. So let's say that I'm creating a auction for a pencil. So it's a fancy pencil to inspire creative writing, something like that. Add a photo. So I already downloaded a photo of just a fake pencil so that no one will actually buy this. We're gonna leave it on default auction style. Starting price, I'm gonna set it at a really high price so that no one actually buys this. So let's say it's 100,000, and then the buy it now price should typically be higher than the bidding price, right? In case someone like really wants this pencil. So I'm gonna set this at maybe like 200,000. And then the reserve price is an optional thing. I think this is kind of like the lowest price that for the item that like the donor is willing to sell it for. So I just found out when I was testing this yesterday that it has to be higher than the starting price. So it's somewhere in between the starting and buy it now price. So I'm gonna just put like 150,000 here. And so like I think this is kind of one thing that you might want to take out, but I thought it might be helpful. Item value, I'm gonna ignore. Bid increments, I think it really depends on the item. I think for now I'm gonna put like bid increments of maybe like $10, so that like there aren't like crazy back and forth bidding wars going on. So I'm gonna set it at $10 for now, and this might change depending on like what is the actual item that is being donated. Requires shipping, I think that needs to be checked off. Oh, actually we don't want the bidder to pay for shipping. It's as of right now, as you might see from here, we're requiring donors to ship their items using their preferred carrier and cover shipping cost. This is public, and I think I want to make a note here that donor will ship item to winning bidder's mailing address, because those are kind of the stipulations. We don't want to deal with holding onto high value items at the APHA conference. So we're going to have donors directly ship it to winning bidder's mailing address as of right now in 2023. So saving a list, and then it looks like it should hopefully be active right now. And then if you copy that and then go to that address, you need a /auction. That's what I found out. And then if you click on that, you will see that the item is now available for bidding. So people can place a bid. Let me try to sign in and see if that works. What's my password? Hopefully this is my password. Oh boy. Sure. You have already registered a bid on this auction. Okay, great. So I'm signed in. And you can see that people can start placing a bid, and they also can optionally buy it right now if they really wanted this great pencil. So that's kind of how the auctions work for the GiveButter. And then if you remove the auction, you can see that this is also a page where they can directly donate. But as of 2023, we don't want people to directly donate using GiveButter, because we have direct donations using the Giving Fuel as of 2023. So it's really, we're only using the GiveButter website for doing online auction. So that is what the GiveButter website is. All right. So that is GiveButter. Now I want to transition into using REDCap for an initial survey setup. So I think even before I show you REDCap, I think it's really helpful to kind of set up your survey using Word first. So right here, I kind of already gave like a description at the very beginning of the survey, what the purpose of the survey is, and then I have questions on like what the contact information for the donor is, what type of donation they're making, whether that be raffle, silent, or online auction. And then I also want to create a kind of a branching logic or display logic where if they're selecting raffle, I want them to provide information about what the raffle item is. If they click on silent, I want them to provide information about what the item is, what the starting bid is, and also what the buy it now price is. And then finally, for the online auction, there's like a whole lot more information I'm collecting that's directly tied to, you know, the information that I'm trying to collect on GiveButter. So first, I want them to confirm that they are intending to ship it and pay for the shipping cost. I want information about what the item is, in more detailed description, upload a picture, upload additional pictures if they like, starting bid, buy it now price, and then the reserve price. And then if there's another online auction, I kind of want to just copy all these questions and for them to provide information about their second or third item. So this is kind of what I want to use REDCap for. And the reason why I decided on REDCap is because I think some alternatives is some people typically like to use like Qualtrics or SurveyMonkey. And the problem with Qualtrics and SurveyMonkey I have right now is that because I don't have a paid account, I believe for both Qualtrics and SurveyMonkey, I have limits on like the number of responses I can get, and also the limit on the number of there's just like a number of questions too. I think there's just a lot of limitations that I didn't want to deal with Qualtrics and SurveyMonkey. So I think another alternative also is for Google Surveys, which I typically like, and Google Surveys allows one to also upload images that I need for this, upload images that I need for GiveButter. But the problem with Google Surveys is that it does not allow one to show display logic. Like I only want to show these 3 questions if they select silent auction. So that is the problem with Google Surveys. From what I can see, I was just testing it out and I could not figure out how to do display logic. So that is the reason why I really like REDCap, because REDCap is free if you are affiliated typically with a university, and also if you're affiliated with a university, you probably have to you need to request a free account if you're affiliated with the university. And so for those of you that are in upstate, if you go to redcap.upstate.edu, there might be some resources on how to request a free account. And by the way, I should also mention, if you find that my teaching is not really sufficient for this REDCap demo, there's a ton of really helpful training videos on here that was not available to me when I was first learning this in 2015, and I kind of had to learn as I went through. So a lot of these videos are really helpful, I feel like, especially the data dictionary video, I think is might be a lot more helpful than what I'm going to show today. So I think if you find that you need more resources on REDCap, I highly recommend these training videos, but I'm only going to go through some of the basics for today. Okay, so as I mentioned, I highly recommend having this survey written out before you create your REDCap survey because you can then transfer everything over. So to create a new survey, and again, I am kind of completely winging this. I have not had worked with REDCap for a very long time. So you want to go to new project, project title. For me, this is this like donation survey stuff. Yeah, I think survey is going to be redundant because a lot of these things are for surveys on REDCap. Um, this is not for any of those. This is just for other purposes. Um, and I think I'm just going to leave everything blank. I'm going to start from a blank slate. Oh, I do need a purpose. Where does that go? Oh, yeah, let's just do service. All right, so I have the kind of the shell of the survey set up. The most important thing that you have to remember is that you need to enable surveys in this project because right now, if you go to data collection, there's not going to be a survey link for you to send out. So you must enable this. And then you'll see the survey link that will pop up. So it's not going to let me show up anything because I don't have any forms enabled yet. You can ignore all that. So click on I'm done. And if you forget to click on the enable, you can always go back to not complete and just make sure to check that off. I'm going to start creating the questions right here. And I might as well just enable this right now, I think. I want to delete all this. Oh, actually all the survey instructions, I can just take that from here. All right, those are the survey instructions. Save it. I need to start adding questions though. So how do I do that? Okay, so add field. So my first question is like, what's their full name? And you need to have a variable name for all of these questions. So I'm gonna call this like name. And this is gonna be a required question. Save it. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and I want to show you how to do the rest using data dictionary. I will donate items for, add field. That's gonna be multiple choice, multiple answers are allowed. So all these choices, that goes right here. And I think they will, yeah, so you guys see it's 1, 2, and 3. These are called value labels associated with the labels. So the defaults are fine. A common source of error I see in a lot of student REDCap surveys is that sometimes I highly recommend that the numbers start from either like a 1 or a 0 and they're consecutive. Like I've seen in some student surveys, it goes from like 2, 5, 7, and I find that really confusing. And it's problematic later on for data analysis. So I think probably to be safe, just start with 1 and then go consecutive. Variable name, let's call this item type. Oh, type. Let's just call it type. Sorry, my computer's a little laggy right now. It's gonna be a required question, save it. So again, I'm skipping a lot of these because I want to show you how to use the data dictionary for this. So I think I'm also going to do this one. In a few words, describe your raffle item. So this could be raffle info. And I should have mentioned for variable names, they have to always be lowercase. They cannot start with a number in front, and you cannot have spaces. So instead of spaces, you can replace that with the underscore. And this required. Okay, so branching, I want this to only show if they select raffle right here. So they give you the code right here. So basically the code is type, which is that question right here. What item are they donating? And then I think it might be equals to 1. Does that work? Oh, okay. Branching logic in surveys causes question numbers to display incorrectly. Okay, well, survey numbers doesn't really matter there. So hopefully that works. we'll test it out later. Are there any other different questions? Oh, this is another question for later. This is a yes/no one. Oh, you can't have commas. I forgot about that, because that will mess it up. And you'll see why. Well, actually, you won't see why. You can't have commas because when it includes the value labels, it includes the comma right there. So that's the reason why you cannot have commas in your choices, your responses, I believe. So this is online auction. I'm going to call this online confirm. Required. Oh, you know what? I also want to add a question about what's your suggested starting bid, because I want to add validation right there. So I'm going to add it right here. This is text box. This is called raffle start. So I want numbers only. Right? Yeah, I want numbers only. This is a required question. Min max, no, there's no min or max. So I'm gonna save that. But where's the branching thing? Well, it's okay. The branching thing, we can just use code for that. So I can show you how to do that later. I can just do that right there, but it's gonna be faster if I use code. And then, is there any other different questions? Oh, these picture stuff. Upload a main picture of your online auction item right here. So add field. This is gonna do file upload. And I'm gonna call this online pick one. Yes, I need at least one picture for GiveButter when they're when I'm trying to create the thing for them, whatever you call this. So not an identifier. Okay. And then what is the starting bid? We don't need to do that again because it's repetitive. Do you have another online auction item? No, we already have no yeses. So I think the last one here is I'm just gonna create a description box. Add field. Descriptive text. Okay. I'm gonna call the end. Okay, and that's it. So I think I have at least all the different types of questions on here, and the rest I could just we can use the data dictionary for creating those questions using code. So let me just confirm that I have the basics. So we have description, we have at least this part. Oh, you know what? I also want to try to add sections, if that's even possible. Like I want to create different sections for raffle, silent, and online, and I'm sure there is a way to do that. but I have not used REDCap for a very long time. Begin new section. I wonder if that is what I want. So I'm gonna create one for raffle. All right, I don't know what that's gonna do, but we'll see. So raffle. I want to create a new section for. Where's the silent auction? And then online auction goes right here, I think. Okay, so I have sections for raffle, silent auction, and then online auction. And then the last one, I don't think the thank you needs to be in a section. That's okay. So I have this. I have this. And I have a number validation I want to show you. And I have this. And I have the file upload. So I pretty much have the basics set up. So I wonder, am I able to view what this looks like? Okay, I don't know why that says Form 1 on the top. I might have to rename that. So this is looking okay, full name, donate items for. This is all looking okay. Great. Oh, okay, and it's really nice that it has the section headings right there on top. I kind of wanted to test this out with. Oh, okay, I can copy this. This is what I was really trying to test out. Okay, so there is branching logic errors, and I think I might know what the issue is. I just didn't write the right code, I think. So I believe you can't do equals 1. It has to be in the parentheses. So I'm saying that if they, for the type variable for what item they're typing, it's the first one. That's for raffle, right? So I believe that's what it is. Okay. So I don't know why it didn't warn me that that wasn't right, because it told me it was right before. So let's try that again. Oh, it's working now. Okay. So somehow I need to fix the Form 1 thing over here, because that's not really appropriate title. I just want to fix that before we actually go through this. How do I change the name of this survey? Again, apologies, I'm kind of winging this because I have not used REDCap for a very long time. All right, so, oh, there we go. I don't know how I got there, but wait, did it change it? Oh, it did. Okay, so I don't know how it got there, but this is recorded, and hopefully you saw that. So this is the instructions that I provided at the beginning. Great. So what's their full name? And oh, so it's showing up right now because I didn't show the branching logic, and I want to show you how to do the web code later. But if you click on raffle, you'll see that this pops up right now. Oh, I have the wrong type of question for that. That should be a text box. This is, there we go. Will that update right away? Okay, so if they click on raffle, they can describe in a few words what the raffle item is. And I kind of actually want that to change that into a paragraph form, if they can do that. Text box, notes box. Great. So that is a little bit better. And then I think if I try to type in like words here, there's validation. There we go. Value provided is not a number. Please try again. So that's the reason why I did a number validation before when I was showing that. And this should not be multiple choice. That should also be one choice. So I need to fix that real quick before I show you data dictionary. That's the one I want. Okay. Upload a file. Great. So this is all looking like what I want. And so obviously there are questions missing here. And also like the stuff should not be shown. So I will show this using data dictionary how to fix this. Okay. So we are done now with the initial setup of using REDCap. So I'm gonna transition into data dictionary. I'm actually gonna take a break for 1 sec to get a drink break, and then I will just record the rest and merge it with this video. So I will be back in 1 second. All right, for this part of the presentation today, I'm gonna talk about how to use the data dictionary in REDCap. So this is more focused strictly for upstate students because I find it a whole lot more quicker to create questions and modify your survey using code instead of everything I was like trying to manually fix here. It's just so much faster to create questions using code. So that's what I want to show you in this part of the demonstration. So to get to data dictionary, I think you could just go to dictionary right here. Yeah. So a few things before I talk about it. First thing is, as I mentioned before, I think this video, I actually watched this video tutorial right before I recorded this, and I find the video tutorial to be quite helpful and probably better than whatever I'm going to present right now. But I'm just gonna talk about what I think are the basics. And another thing I think the second important thing I'm going to mention is I'll talk about after I'm done. But to download the data dictionary, just go right here to download the current data dictionary. And it's going to be a CSV file, comma separated values. And so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to hopefully do a split screen. So basically for the data dictionary, all the questions, and I really should have explained this. So all the questions that we already created, it goes into the Excel sheet, and any of the changes that are made in the Excel sheet will also be made automatically in the survey. So that's the reason why I really like to use the data dictionary, because it enables changes to be made a whole lot more quicker using code. And I don't think the code is too difficult either. And the video will explain this, I think, in much better detail than what I'm trying to articulate right now. So record ID, I don't think you can delete that. So the full name is this name variable right here. We're missing other stuff. So email address, I'm going to call that variable email. I'm gonna leave that blank for now. I'm gonna fill everything in. So email should be a text box, and this is gonna be exactly how you want to ask the question. The field label is how it's gonna show up in the survey. So that's probably the most important column. Choices, there are no choices because it's open text box, and this is a required question. So I want to say yes, I do want their email address. So that's email. And the order matters because this is going to be the order that the questions are going to be shown to the respondent. So next one's phone number. Let me just put phone. This is also an open text box. I actually wanted a paragraph form. Oh, that's for notes. I see. That's the difference. This is phone number. I also want this required to be given to me as well. Okay, so I have name, email, phone number, and then the type is what this question is. And you can see you can very quickly modify the code for the value labels. So the 1 is for raffle, 2 is for silent auction, 3 is for online auction. You could have done 0, 1, 2. It doesn't really matter. That's how you can very quickly change the code for value labels. Next one is for raffle. That's right there already. And I think that's really all I needed for raffle. Yeah. Silent auction is the next one. Oh wait, did I miss something? Oh, that was actually the wrong. That should not say raffle start. That should say silent start. This is for the silent auction. So I skipped something. So I first need information about what the raffle item is. A silent auction item is. So I'm going to call that silent info. Section heading. So that's going to be under silent auction. Because remember, we were creating the section headings, so that's the reason why you need to put that right there, what section you want to put that in. So that is a notes, because I want a paragraph form like what I was showing right here. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this. So I'm going to put that right there. And that is a required question. Oh, and I forgot the branching logic. So type 1, remember this is the type variable. So if they select 1, that's for raffle, 2 is for silent, 3 is for online. So I want the silent to be, I only want that to show up for type. If they select silent, I want this question to show up for silent auction questions. And the same thing with the silent start. So this is what I'm trying to fix right here. Like, I don't want this to show up for everyone for silent and online. I only want these questions to show up if they check off for silent. And then I only want this to show up if they click on online. So that's the branching logic that I'm trying to fix right now. Oh, I don't know what I just did, but so I'm gonna do type 2 for silent start. And the final silent question is silent auction question is about the reserve price, or no, the buy now price. So I'm gonna do silent buy now, and this is gonna be under the silent auction section, but I'm gonna just put in the question first. And this is a, oh, you know what? I need a, there's a few things. So this is a text, right? Because it's mimicking the start price. And I want a number validation. I only want a price in this question about buy it now. So I'm going to copy that and put that there. And I only want this question to show up for if they select silent auction for the type variable, the type question right here. So I have the 3 silent questions right here. And then finally, this last one is going to be, I feel like I just missed something though. Oh, this is also require. Oh no, I said optionally, so that's not going to be a required question. So if you don't want it, if you want optional, you just leave the required column blank. Okay, last one is for online stuff. So online confirm, I already have that right there. And then provide a title. So I'm gonna call this online title. So this is gonna be an online section. This is going to be a text box. I just only want a few words. And then let me just copy that over. This is type 3. So if they select online auction, that's gonna show up. And this is a required question. So I have the title, now I want the description. So I want maybe a paragraph allowable. And let me just copy that over. Detailed description, so, and that's a required question. Okay. And then main picture, I already have that right there, right? So there might be an additional picture they want to upload because it doesn't have to be just one picture. There could be multiple pictures. So I think I'm willing to allow 2 pictures if they want like a front and back or front and side pic. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna call this pic 2. This is a file upload. And then let me copy that over. I should say optionally. Oh, I already said optional. So let me not have that then. Oh, this is all for type 3 for the online. This is an optional, so I'm going to leave the required thing blank. Oh, sorry, I was trying to download this. Okay, so I did this, where am I? Starting bid. Oh, this is, oh, I forgot all that. So online start, that's going to be a text, short text. Oh, sorry, this is the reason why. Oh no. I think that's okay. I kind of ruined. I forgot to put it in the above. Oh, okay, that was fine. So the reason why I'm trying to not directly paste here is because like the fonts get really messed up, so that's why I'm going directly here. I don't know how much I messed that up. This is all under the online auction section, so I'm gonna paste that multiple times. Type 3. Is this required? What is the question? Starting bid? Yeah, that's a required question. Okay. Let me just add in. So starting price, optional buy it now price. Did I make the buy it now price required for that one? Let me see. No, that was optional. Okay. This is online auction section. Oh, I forgot to add a number validation. So that should go right there. That should go right here. This is a text box. I'm a buy it now, right? Yeah. Type 3. That's not required. Am I on the last one? Reserve price. That's a number, type 3, and that's also optional, I think. Yeah. And then finally is the last one. Oh. I'm trying to make a bunch of copies because, or more space because of the last question I have right there. Okay, so last one is, do you have another online auction item? I spelled online wrong. I don't, maybe call it more? It doesn't really matter. This is more internally. But I think what is noticing is that you should really start the variable name by the section for consistency. That will, I think, really help you for data analysis. Now I'm speaking for the upstate students, by the way. So you can see I'm trying to be consistent with the section names. So this is a radio because I want yes, no. And then do you have another online auction item? And then the choices go in the next one. So it's number, option, and then separated by the bracket thing right there. So that's the code for it. So it's fairly easy. So one is no, and then 2 is going to be yes. Is that do I want that required? Yes. And then I kind of just want to copy all of this and then paste it right here. So I need to change the code a little bit for this. So instead of type 3, it's the code is online more. So if they select 2, so online more, if they select 2 for yes, they have more items, then they need to fill in all this stuff. I think that's how it's working in my head. So we'll have to try and see that when we test it. And I think that's really it. So I'm gonna just allow people to enter 2 online auction items. So I think, oh, and the thing the stuff. Can I just drag it down? Yeah. REDCap is not gonna let you, it's gonna give you errors if you don't have the form information filled in. So that's the reason why I filled it at the end. Okay, so very quick overview. I have the contact information, what type of item they're donating, raffle item, which is in the raffle section. The rest are in the silent auction section. And then I have online auction. And then if they say yes that they have more items to donate for online auction, then I have a duplicate of, oh, but you can't have the same variable name. So let me just add a 2 for all of these. Oh. There we go, that should fix it. And REDCap will probably give you an error message that you messed up anyway. So, and I should also mention, like, it's okay to make errors on this because, like, REDCap has internal systems that will check your code. And I mean, like, you have the, it won't work unless you have no errors in this data dictionary anyway. So I played around with this all the time when I was an MPH student, and I thought it worked out really fine. So I don't think you have to worry about having everything perfect. So I think I have everything worked out now. So I'm gonna save this, and then I'm going to upload this. So one thing I also want to mention is that if you accidentally move this project into production, you're probably going to have some errors in which you need admin approval to upload to have your data dictionary confirmed by an admin. That never used to be the case when I worked with REDCap many years ago in 2015. So that seems to be a new thing. So if you're encountering that admin approval that it's really disrupting your survey, I did email Upstate REDCap admins, and they told me that I think they need to waive the approval for you. So that's what they did for me. This is a screenshot they sent to me. They told me that they basically had to check this box, and this allows me to better make a lot of changes using data dictionary instead of waiting for, like, every single time I upload the data dictionary, I have to wait for admins to approve the data dictionary changes I made. So I found that really disruptive. So I emailed Upstate, and they were able to remove the limiters for me. So that's one thing you should consider if you're noticing that you have restrictions on data dictionary. Make sure you email Upstate, and just, I think you can even take a screenshot of this and tell them that you need this box checked off so that you are able to more freely edit the code for your survey. Okay, so I'm going to choose the data dictionary that I just did, upload file. So I'm going to confirm changes. All right, I am now going to, I think, refresh the survey and see if it worked. Branching logic did not work for online confirm too. Okay, what did I do wrong? Oh. Online more? The code for that looks right, because if they say yes to online more, then this question should show up. Is that what it's telling me? Please contact your survey admin and let them know that the branching logic errors exist on the survey for field. Online confirmed too. What did I do wrong? So, different variable name. Wait, I don't want to do... I actually don't need that question, so they already confirmed at the beginning, so I should have not done that. Maybe if that fixes it. Because if you remember, right here, I already asked them to confirm that they will be shipping the item. So I didn't really need that question. So let me upload that again and see if that's it. All right. Online title 2. So it's really all the duplicate stuff that I was doing that the branching logic is not working. What do I have wrong with the code? And if this is not working, it's okay. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to donate more than 2 items or 1 item. Online title. That is fine. It's a different variable name, same form. Online auction section, which is right. Text. Online. That should be right though. I'm not quite sure why the code is not working here. So we might have to do that manually. So I'm just gonna delete that for now. And we'll have REDCap try to, so I'm gonna try to do it manually and see what is going wrong. So I'm gonna go to data dictionary again, choose file, upload file, commit changes. So let me try to do this the manual way then. So if they say, what is it called, online more? It's 2. All right. That's like literally the same code that I just wrote though, so. Oh, that's still not working. Online more. I'm not sure why that's not working. It's telling me it's valid. I wonder, is it the, I don't think it's the underscore. Oh, let me do it another way then. I'll do it this way. Online more equals to 2. Oh wait, what happened to the equal sign? Wait, I thought that was a valid code. Oh, do I need the brackets? That's what I'm missing. Okay. What about now? Alright, so that seems to be working. Let me try that using the data dictionary to fix. So that's another way, I guess, of trying to add branching logic. Okay, data dictionary one more time. Oh, actually, you know what? That was such a minor change. Let me just change it right here. Okay. So the code was bracket online underscore more equals to quote 2. And that's it. So this should hopefully be everything I was looking for. Choose file, data dictionary, upload file, commit it. Okay, so oops, I almost spilled my drink. So this is looking like what I want. Oh, I see. That is so awkward. I don't want that under. um, let me put that in a different. How do I? Why is that under online auction? Let me just call that thank you. All right, what about now? Okay, so that's a little bit better. um, so I think this is kind of everything I was looking for in the REDCap survey. So I wanted the description at the very beginning, that what the different fundraising options are or donation options are. Then I want them to provide their name, that's required, email is required, phone is required. If they select raffle, then I want them to describe what their raffle item is. If it's a silent auction item they're donating, I want them to tell me what the item is, starting price, optionally. Why is it like that? Buy it now. Where did it get cut off? So optionally I could also set a, oh, is it the quote? Is that what's not? I wonder if that's messing up the syntax here. So we'll check that out. I just want to check the rest. So I have the description, starting price, and I already have number validation set up. So this should not work if I type in words. And then finally online auction. Yes. And then title of the online auction, description, upload a file, that's working. This is not required for secondary picture. Starting price, oh, it's all of these things with the quotes that got cut off. And then remember, if they say no, then you can just submit it. If they say yes, there should be more showing up right here. Okay, so this is looking to be everything I wanted. And it looks like I set a limit of 2 online auction items for donation, and I think I could always, copy the code and create more coming in. Right now I need to fix the quote stuff. I think that's probably the issue. So it's all the buy now stuff. It's really unfortunate if this is the case that REDCap cannot allow quotes. Or maybe it's just a different type of quote. What if I... Oh, that's a different type of quote. Will that fix it? I see. I think what didn't work is that when I copied over the quotes from... Wait, what about the yes? Wait, that worked though. Huh. Why is the code showing here? That's so strange. Let me try to, I'm gonna test this again. The silent start. All right, let's upload that again. Still going. There we go. Okay, yeah, so I think the problem is that it's the same thing for those of you that know, work with syntax in like SPSS, Stata, R, and SAS. I believe the issue is that the quotes here are not the right type of quotes that you need for I think it's just like the quotes is basically that's the issue. It's a different type of quote if you actually look at the type of quote that was shown there. So that is the issue. I'm gonna just fix that for all of these and then we're all set. So you have to manually fix it, and that's the case for a lot of stats programs when you're writing in syntax. So buy now, that's the first one. Where's the second one? And then the reserve price. Oh, there's another buy now thing. Okay. Reserve, where's the reserve price? Okay, so I'm gonna copy that, put that right there. You can see if you kind of looked real quick, it changed the quote. They were very different. So everything should be fine now. It's really interesting that there's different types of branching logic code. All right, so I think I'm all set with that. I'm gonna upload this again, and I think we have our final survey. All right. So that looks fine. This looks fine. Raffle, that should show a raffle thing. Silent auction. They will tell me the description, number. That looks fine. Online auction. That all looks fine. The quotes are working now. And then if they say yes, there's going to be a duplicate. Yeah, this looks great. Okay, so that's all. So you saw me create the survey from start to finish, and fortunately, I feel like there weren't too many hiccups in using data dictionary, even though I haven't touched this for a very long time. The snag was the branching logic, which was really weird because the code did work for the other one, but it didn't work for this other one. So what I was also missing is that, what do you need to, once you're happy with the survey, you can go to I'm done. We don't need to worry about this stuff. And then I'm done with I don't know what that is. This is where you're able to grant me access to the survey. So I probably should not have access actually to, if you're the upstate student and you're working on this for the student evaluation, student-led evaluation of the program, I as a faculty member should not have access to that data. Actually, you can give me access to the survey and design, but you should not give me access to the data viewing rights. So I think that's one thing that I might be wanting to get access for. In case they're having issues with creating the survey in the code, I can be able to go in and help you if you give me access to at least a project design and setup. But you should not give me access to the data because I feel really uncomfortable if I have access to the data. Okay, so I'm done with that because I don't need to share this with anyone just yet. And let's just assume I did test it thoroughly because I kind of went through a very quick test and it looks to be everything I really wanted. So I'm done with that. So this is once you're happy with everything, you should move your project into production. And this is like the very final step before you share the survey URL with everyone. So, and I highly encourage you to test out your survey to make sure everything is fine. Because once you move it into production, that's where I think it gets a little bit more trickier to fix the survey using the data dictionary. Because this is the problem I was having when I was testing this yesterday. I made some changes using data dictionary and I was not able to, I needed admin approval for the changes I made using data dictionary. So that was not a very pleasant experience to go through that. So I highly encourage you to test the survey before you move it to production. So I am happy with all, I forgot you're able to delete everything. So I don't think I need to test this. This looks to be right to me. So I'm gonna delete everything, move it to production. So now you're able to copy the survey link if you go to survey distribution tools and send it out to whoever you want to complete the survey. And that is how you get the data. So the data is going to come in through the record status dashboard, I think right here. So that's where I think all the data is going to come in. And once you get in a sizable amount of data and whenever you're done collecting data, so right now I'm moving into the export data. So you can go to data exports right here and then export data. So you can choose whatever format you want to export the data in. So you can look at the options right here. So that's how you export the data. And that's really all I am going to talk about that since I have no data for this quite yet. And then the last thing right here is for the REDCap report. So you can generate an initial report using the view report right here. And also the stats and charts are going to be pretty helpful too, I think. So analyzing data, I am not going to talk about this right now because I recorded a whole video on analyzing data, exporting and analyzing data. So that's a separate video that I am not making public. So if you're an upstate student and you need to see the video on analyzing data, just make sure to email me if I didn't provide that to you yet. But anyway, hopefully this was a helpful video of showing you how to use GiveButter and also using REDCap, especially using the data dictionary to create your survey instead of manually doing everything, because I think data dictionary is a whole lot faster to creating surveys. And sorry for all the hiccups I encountered along the way. Again, it was kind of winging this and have not had too much touch with REDCap for a very long time. So feel free to let me know if you have any questions.